Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a terrific new disc. This is really fun on BIS for all you lovers of turn of the 20th century, yummy, decadent sleaze music. And I mean that in the most positive way possible. I really do. It's this thing, music by Schreker, Korngold, and Krenek. Featuring the Orchestre Nationale des Pays de la Loire. Oh, they have to do it that way. Under Sascha Goetzel, who's a really good conductor. I think he's done most of his work in Turkey, at least on disc, But he's a fine conductor, and he has them playing really, really well. The disc includes the following three works. First, Schreker's Overture to the opera Die Gezeichneten, The Branded. Oh, it's such a great piece. Oh, it's lovely. This overture was enlarged into a sort of symphonic poem-y thing called Prelude to a Drama. But this is just the overture to the actual opera. And the thing with Schreker is that his orchestration is fantastically complicated, especially at low dynamic levels and full of ostinato figures and things that have to be brought out clearly. And this has to be one of the cleanest recordings of this I've ever heard. You really can hear down into the texture. It begins with like harps and pianos and things. And I've got an itch here on my nose. Sorry about that. Okay. Harps and pianos and things. It's Celesta. Then you've got this sort of bell-like sonority where you've got glockenspiel and chimes and snare drum and tam-tam, and they're all happening at very low dynamic levels at once, but there's rhythm there. That's what keeps his music from degenerating into just a shapeless pudding of nothingness. And it's beautifully played and very, very well recorded. I was really, really impressed. I wish they'd done the whole Prelude to a Drama. I don't think there was room for it. Well, yeah, there was. I think it would have been an 80-minute plus a little bit more CD, but that's okay. We have 71 minutes and 21 seconds. So that's the opening. It's a genuine overture. Then we have a symphonic work, the Korngold Sinfonietta. Now, Korngold's Sinfonietta is not a sinfonietta. It's 45 minutes long. 40 minutes, 45, what's this? 20 minutes plus 15 is 35 plus, 42, 43 minutes. It's a big four-movement symphonic work. I guess he called it Sinfonietta because its main emotion is sort of happiness, jollity. It's an early work. He was 3.5 when he wrote it or something. He was the greatest musical prodigy since Mozart and Mendelssohn. He was unbelievable. And you know what is very interesting? One of you folks pointed this out when I did the talk on composers who are the least evolutionary. You noted, and correctly, that Korngold was born with his musical style fully formed and didn't change at all throughout his life. He really did. The only thing that changed was his orchestration. He acquired more instruments, especially when he got to Hollywood, because you had basically unlimited resources and, all kinds of unusual sounding things like, marimbas and whatnot that he didn't have when he was a kid growing up in Vienna. But he still, when he was a kid growing up in Vienna, had access to a pretty ample and yummy orchestration. And the Sinfonietta is just beautiful. It's full of gorgeous tunes and saturated orchestral colors and decadently lush chromatic harmony. And it's got all of that stuff going for it. It's simply wonderful. And it's very nicely played here. The piece deserves a heck of a lot more attention than it's gotten. It really does. It's good to hear it and see it in a mixed program and not just like on a Korngold disc, because it needs to be exposed from as many angles as possible. And then last, but certainly not least, 18 minutes of uproarious fun by Ernst Krenek from the 1920s, his Potpourri. Now, the Potpourri was written the same year as his opera, Johnny Spielt Auf, his jazz opera. And the Potpourri is just what it sounds like. It's marches and dances and cabaret music and late romantic stuff, and it's sardonic. The principal tone of the thing is sardonic burlesque style, with an absolutely wild mixture of things. It all comes to a big noisy and jolly conclusion. But there's, this is Weimar Republic middle of the Great Depression music. Its joyousness is brittle. It's really the best description for it. There's a sardonicism to it that's really very fetching and quite different from the Korngold, because, Korngold Sinfonietta is 100% innocent. It's just innocent happiness, sadness. It's all pure emotion. In Krenek, nothing is as it seems. It's a wonderful comparison. It's wonderful to put the two works together. And then when you mix it with the Schreker, you've got one hell of a disc. I mean, like I said, very well played, very well recorded, beautifully conducted, and you're really going to enjoy it. So if you like this period, definitely grab this. It will get a lot of play on your device, whatever that happens to be now. It's truly fun. So another home run from BIS, with unexpected performers and unexpected repertoire, and that's just what we want, isn't it? So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.